Our next story is also from Pakistan. Recently, the country hosted top diplomats from neighboring China as well as Taliban-ruled Afghanistan. Taliban-ruled Afghanistan's Foreign Minister, Amir Khan Muttaqi, who faces travel sanctions from the United Nations, was also present. Take a look.
It's the fifth trilateral meeting between Pakistan, China and Afghanistan, the first with the Taliban on board. Amir Khan Muttaqi, Taliban's acting foreign minister and a man who has a travel ban imposed by the UNSC, visiting Islamabad on a waiver. The Pakistan Foreign Minister Bilawal Bhutto Zardari, the Chinese Foreign Minister Xi Gang and Muttaqi discussed ways to improve regional connectivity, trade, counter-terrorism and ways to revive the impoverished Afghan economy. Pakistan and China agreed that the only way forward for Afghanistan was the lifting of quote-unquote unilateral sanctions against it by several Western nations. The visit came the same week in which the UN hosted a conference on Afghanistan in Doha, but without the Taliban, where the UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres condemned the Taliban's suppression of women's rights and was categorical that the Taliban would not be recognized as the legitimate government of Afghanistan. But it seems both China and Pakistan have set aside Taliban's track record on women's rights abuses, as the joint statement took note of the Taliban's assurances on women's rights. The reasons for Pakistan and China engaging actively with the Taliban are both strategic and economic. Pakistan shares a 2,600-kilometer border with Afghanistan. Its provinces of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and the southern province of Balochistan have both seen an uptick in violence. Just last week, 6 Pakistani soldiers were killed in a gun battle with the Pakistani Taliban or the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan fighters in the northwestern region. The TTP has close links to the Afghan Taliban. Similarly, the foremost Chinese concern in Afghanistan is minimizing the threat posed by the Eastern Turkestan Islamic Movement, or the ETIM. The ETIM is an Al-Qaeda-affiliated armed group that has conducted attacks on China in its pursuit of the creation of East Turkestan on Chinese territory. It's no surprise then that the joint statement stressed the need for not allowing any individual, group or party, including the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan, the Eastern Turkestan Islamic Movement, to use their territories to harm and threaten regional security and interests or conduct terrorist actions and activities. Xi Gang said before the trilateral meeting that China and Pakistan were ready to support the Afghan reconstruction actively, but the Taliban needed to deliver on their commitments. Since the withdrawal of the United States forces from Kabul in August 2021, Afghanistan has suffered a severe economic and humanitarian crisis and has also plunged into international isolation. While Western nations have suspended their economic cooperation with Kabul, Beijing, Moscow, Islamabad have increased their engagement. China recently secured a 25-year contract to extract oil from the Afghan Amu Darya basin and is actively negotiating other investments with the Taliban. They also agreed to extend the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, a part of the Belt and Road Initiative, into Afghanistan, as well as strengthening cooperation in agriculture, trade, energy, capacity building, as well as build on existing projects including the CASA 1000, the TAPI, Trans-Afghan Railway Network. In his address to the Shanghai Cooperation Organization in Goa, Bhutto even urged the international community to meaningfully engage with the interim Afghan government. It's evident that engaging with the Taliban government in Afghanistan is a political and economic necessity both for China and Pakistan.